Okay. Hey everyone, I'm here with Aiden, and we're going to be showing you some progression on passing and setting today. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is proper hand placement on the ball. So take a look at this. All right, so as you can see, the ball has some natural rounded edges on the seams, and that's basically like, if you look at your hand, that's going to be what where you place your hand on the ball. So Aiden's going to show you. He's just a little inside the seams. His hands are round just like that seam. And then so if he's pushing down on the ball, naturally his pinkies aren't going to touch. It's just going to be up to his ring finger. And then as he brings that up, it's going to be cradled right into his hand naturally, where he's going to be able to bring in the ball and push out the ball as he's setting. So it's going to be a nice cradle in and cradle back out. So as we're watching Aiden setting to the wall, he's just a couple inches off, and he's trying to keep the ball from spinning. And so the idea is that you get a lot of reps this way on how to release the ball and how to cradle the ball quickly. So once you've warmed up your hands with the wall sets, you're gonna go ahead and practice this. If you can get somebody to toss it to you, it's even better. But you're gonna toss and you're gonna just self-set and then set back to your partner. Okay, and what you're looking for here is, one, that when you're setting, the ball is gonna land on your forehead. And you're gonna make sure that when you release, notice he's taking a couple of steps to get underneath the ball. He's finding that ball right on his forehead. He's sending it back out. And that was my fault because I did a low set. But so we're gonna go ahead and push. And so this is just kind of a way to like practice getting that ball to land on your forehead, and then being able to push it back out. Then once you get comfortable with that, you want to do some sets where you're pushing straight out. So he's not going to self-set first, he's just going to set right back to me. Now notice that as he's setting, he is pushing up with he's not just pushing with his wrists, he's pushing with his arms, he's pushing with his legs. He's taking a step into it to get that ball to go up where he wants it to go. Okay, so in this situation, this is going to be a little bit more of an advanced step. And what we're doing here is Aiden is going to pretend like somebody's passing. I'm going to toss the ball and he's going to run underneath it and he's going to just set. Okay, so let me actually get a couple balls. We'll just give you an example of 3 that you can do. Okay, so ready, go. Okay. Now notice that he was able to move forward. He turned himself to where the net is, so he's setting parallel to the net, and pushing out with his legs, his arms, and trying to get a good extension of his arms evenly. Okay, so when you're setting, normally our hands just go straight out like this. This would be a nice finish to our set if we're finishing out. But the idea is that, like, if you have like 2 pretend pistols and you kind of crease them in just a little bit and then bring them back, notice that I have this crease right here, and that crease right there is showing me that I'm bringing my thumbs and my pointers back, and I'm able to bring it in and push out. What I want to avoid is having that crease go all the way across to where I'm trying to push out like this. I'm not flicking my hands forward, I'm sending them out, so it's almost like a barn door that swings both ways, just going in and out. Okay, so that's what we're looking for on that final set. And you want to be able to take that set from your forehead and be able to push it out and extend like you're Superman flying into the air. Okay, we talk about for just beginning volleyball, and you know, some of you who have been playing for me already know this, but for everybody else, we want to think about how we hold our hands when we're passing a volleyball. So we want to think about how we're positioning ourselves to pass the volleyball. So Aiden's going to show you how he extends his hands. So the first thing we want to do is think about what we're doing. So One of the things we teach young players is we say your palm is like a pancake. You have 2 pancakes, you stack them on top of each other, and then you have 2 sausages, those are your thumbs, and you put those together, and then you're gonna extend. So notice that in his stance, he's also leaning forward. So he's not standing up, his butt's not pressed forward, his shoulders are. And his shoulders are gonna be where he wants them, where he wants the ball to go. So so he's extending out. Notice that he's changing the level of his shoulders to kind of direct the ball where he wants it to go. So we're gonna go ahead and give him a couple easy tosses to begin. Okay, so we're gonna start with just some easy, straight tosses, and he's just gonna take that platform and he's gonna pass it right back to me. Get some straight ahead. Okay, so notice that it's like right center line right there is fine. It was great. And you want to be able to get about 10 of those. And then we're going to shift to the outside just a little bit. Oh, that's a lot. Not bad. So we're going to shift to the outside just a little bit. So you practice taking it off center line. We'll go the other direction. And this is just a simple, notice that he's shuffling his feet just a little bit to get that ball. Okay, and then you can bring him forward. So if you have somebody who's able to toss for you, this is good. And then if I want to push him back a little bit, so he's got to move, open up. Notice how he opened up to get that ball. And he's still passing to the same direction. He's just adjusting his shoulders to make it work for him. Okay, so those are some of the passing basics. And we will continue in a sec. So you can see Aiden's got his platform out. Go ahead and press those thumbs down just a little bit. Open up those elbows just a bit. Now his platform is a lot tighter. So notice that his elbows are pointed down to the ground. That's gonna make his platform better because you have this skinny bone over here. And if you can pull that out just a little bit, you're gonna have that better cradle. So the ball is gonna be contacted above the hands. Okay, so somewhere between here and here is where you're gonna be contacting the ball. Some people like to pass it higher. Mine usually ends up cradled right just above the wrist, right in the hand. So if you can look at that right there, like it's not on the hands, it's just above them. And that's gonna be your platform. So we wanna keep the ball off our hands when we're passing. So the thing that I want you to think about that with the platform is that we wanna be able to contact that same spot every single time. We want it to be consistent. So one thing that you can do to create more consistency is just passing to yourself. So now notice Aiden's just passing right to himself. He's trying to make it so that it's a consistent landing, like he's passing the ball consistently with the space on his forearm that he wants to pass with. You notice it's not up by his biceps, it's not off his hands. He's trying to contact that ball at the same contact point every single time. The really important thing that we need to think about when we're passing is movement. If we just toss the volleyball right here every single time, Aiden's only really covering right in front of the yellow frisbee there. But he's able to cover more if he learns how to shuffle and meet the ball. And so Aiden, go ahead and shuffle to your right. Okay, let's go ahead and do two-step shuffles just so you can show like how far and how fast you can get out there. So he's gonna go ahead and shuffle to the right, okay, and then he's gonna shuffle back to middle, then he's gonna shuffle to the left, and he's gonna shuffle back to the middle. And being able to shuffle, like look at how much more space of the court he's covering. So right there, he's able to do so much more. So if the ball comes directly to him, he's got that ball. If the ball goes to his right, he can shuffle out there and get that ball too. Now these balls are coming fairly slow, so he's able to shuffle and get that ball. And if you can get this muscle work down where you're able to shift, beat the ball to where it's going, and then you're able to pass that ball, you're gonna be able to cover more of the court, and that's what we wanna be able to do when you guys get back into the gym, is to cover as much court as possible, okay? All right, so as you're moving forward and you're getting better at passing, we have to remember that the ball is going to start coming faster and faster. So if you can have somebody toss or throw a little bit faster, the idea would be to be able to move. So in his position right now, that would be considered a resting position. But when the ball is ready to be played back to you, you want to be ready and out, so that way you can move to the left or the right, adjust, go up and cover a higher pass. So you want to be able to move. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this ball and spike it at him. Okay, and he's got to be able to get that ball. Okay. Notice he's not swinging his arms. He's not swinging his arms to create distance. It's more about height. We want to get that ball. My bad. We want to get that ball about 20 feet high into the air so that the setter can get. This is just the very beginning of our conversations around getting the fundamentals down. There's so much more that you're going to learn once we get into the gym, but if you can get these reps in now, you're going to come in stronger and more ready to compete. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people who want to compete. We're looking for people who want to get better, who want to do the very best that they can for this team. And I just want to encourage you, get those reps in. All right, thank you.